Hi everyone, it's me, Nance, your friend from the New Jersey Agricultural Society's Learning Through Gardening program. Hope you're doing great today. I know I sure am. It's spring and I'm so excited for springtime. I know I've planted a lot of seeds and I've been anxiously watching them grow. My seeds are getting bigger and bigger each day. Here, let me show you some seeds that I planted. Check these out. Can you see them? These are pea seeds. Now, anyone who knows me very well knows that peas are not my favorite vegetable. In fact, I don't like peas very much at all. But I decided this year that I was going to try to grow them. I thought maybe if I grew them, I might like them better. Reminds me of a story I read once. I'd like to share it with you if that's okay. This story is called Sylvia's Spinach, and it was written by Catherine Pryor. The illustrations were done by Anna Raff. Sylvia kind of reminds myself of me. I was kind of like she was when I was a little girl. Sylvia Spibbins always said no to spinach. No spinach with my eggs. No spinach in my soup. No spinach on my sandwich. No spinach ever. Sylvia's parents sighed as she pulled the spinach from her lasagna, plucked the spinach from her salad, and pushed every last leaf to the tippiest tip of her plate. "But it's good for you," said Sylvia's mother. "You need your growing food," said Sylvia's father. "No, thank you," said Sylvia. On a drizzly gray day in March, Sylvia's teacher had an announcement. "Class, we're going to start a garden. We'll grow peas and lettuce and carrots. We'll grow potatoes and tomatoes and squash. We'll grow cucumbers and radishes and spinach." "Bleh," said Sylvia. The teacher handed each student a packet of seeds. Wouldn't you know it? Sylvia got spinach. "Double bleh," said Sylvia. Sylvia tried to trade for Penelope's peas. "No way," said Penelope, rolling the little green balls in her hand. She tried to trade for cucumbers, tomatoes, or squash. "Nope," said Carlos. "Forget it," said Terry. "Sorry," said Sam. Sylvia asked her teacher to please, please, please give her another vegetable. Any other vegetable. "I'm sorry, Sylvia," said her teacher. "There aren't any more." Sylvia was stuck with spinach. Sylvia tore open the packet and looked at the little brown seeds in her hand. Sylvia's seeds looked so unspinachy. Sylvia followed her teacher's instructions and covered each seed with a thin layer of dirt. She sprinkled the seeds with water and put them in the classroom's sunniest window. "Now what?" said Sylvia. "Now we wait," said her teacher. And I don't know if you can see the picture here. Let me show a little closer. Here's Sylvia's spinach, the peas, the cucumbers, and the squash. Days passed, and the dirt still looked like dirt. The peas were the first to sprout, shooting up out of the dirt like tiny beanstalks. Sylvia's dirt still looked like dirt. The cucumbers and squash sprouted next, sending 2 round leaves out of each seed. Sylvia's dirt still looked like dirt. One by one, all of the seeds sprouted. "Stupid spinach," muttered Sylvia. On the first sunny day in April, Sylvia's spinach sprouted, sending 2 long shoots poking out of the dirt. The plants were smaller than Sylvia's smallest finger, but strong enough to push their way toward the sun. "There you are," Sylvia shouted. "My spinach." She's so happy. Every day, Sylvia checked on her baby spinach. "Good morning," she whispered. She watered her spinach and made sure it got just exactly the right amount of sunlight. And every day, Sylvia's spinach grew a little bit taller and a little bit stronger. On a blue sky day in May, the students planted their garden. They planted peas and carrots and lettuce. They planted potatoes, tomatoes, and squash. They planted cucumbers and radishes, and Sylvia planted her spinach. Weeks passed. The sun shone. The rain rained. And every day, Sylvia's spinach got a little bit bigger and a little bit rounder. The peas sent long wavy shoots up toward the sky. The cucumbers and squash grew big rough leaves that even the slugs wouldn't eat. By the last week of school, Penelope's pea plants had beautiful white flowers, but no peas. Terry's tomato plants had tiny yellow star flowers, but no tomatoes. Carlos's cucumbers and Sam's squash had big yellow flowers the size of Sylvia's hand, but no cucumbers or squash. There were only 3 vegetables ready to eat in the garden: lettuce, radishes, and Sylvia's spinach. I'm going to stop there. If you want to find out what happens with Sylvia and her spinach, what do you think? Do you think she's going to try it? I don't know. She doesn't like spinach very much. Maybe she'll change her mind. I'm going to try something new too, like I told you. I've got my pea plants right here. Later on today, I'm going to plant them out in my garden. I'm excited. I've never liked peas before, but maybe this time, because I grew them myself, maybe I'll like them too. I love this story. Reminds me of the importance of always trying new things. This story also reminds us of the things that plants need in order to grow. Sometimes it can be hard to remember all of those things because plants do require a lot of things. But here's a fun way I came up with remembering all of the things that plants need to grow. It's easy. All you have to do is remember the word plants. Because each letter in the word plants can remind you of what plants need in order to grow. The P for plant in plants stands for place. Plants have to grow in the right place. They need the right amount of sunlight, the right amount of water. So putting your plants in the right place is a really important thing to do. Plants also need something that starts with L, and that is light. Plants require light, either light from the sun or light from a grow light. But most plants need some sort of light in order to grow. The light helps them go through a process called photosynthesis. If they don't have light, they can't go through photosynthesis. And photosynthesis is important because that's how plants make their food. The A stands for something that we all need is air. We know that people need air in order to breathe. Plants need air too. They don't breathe like we do, but plants do require air. They need air. They need to breathe in, to take in the air. They use the carbon dioxide and they release oxygen, which helps us because we do the very opposite thing. So that's important for plants. If you ever want to do an experiment, you can figure out why plants need air. You can put a bag over top of some leaves on a tree if you'd like. See what happens when you close up that bag and you don't allow the plant to get air. It's important to know. The N, oops, sorry about that. The N stands for nutrients. And nutrients is just a fancy word for vitamins and minerals. Just like you and I need nutrients to keep our bodies growing big and strong, plants need nutrients as well. Plants can get their nutrients from the soil that they're in. We can also get nutrients from fertilizer. The T stands for thirsty. Just like you and I get thirsty, plants get thirsty too. And when they're thirsty, they need water, just like you and I do. Water is vital for plants. And the very last thing that plants need is S for soil. Soil plays a very important role for plants. Soil does a number of things. For one thing, the soil has the nutrients that plants need in order to grow. The soil also helps the plant roots stay in the ground. So soil is super important for plants. If they weren't growing in soil, the roots would have nothing to grow into, and the plants would just fall right over. So there you have it. These are the things that plants need. We can remember them by remembering the word plants. P stands for place. L stands for light. A for air. N for nutrients. T, I'm so thirsty. And S is for soil. All of the things that plants need in order to survive. So I hope you are inspired to try a new vegetable that you've never tried before, or maybe a vegetable that you think that you don't like. It's important to keep on trying new things. Even if you still don't like it, that's okay, but it's important to take a no thank you bite. Just like your bodies, your taste buds are always growing and changing. And what you didn't like one day last year, you might like today. So that's why it's always important to keep an open mind and try new things. I'm your friend Nance from the New Jersey Agricultural Society's Learning Through Gardening program, reminding you today and always to give plants a chance. Have a great day. Bye.